Is this seller's market going to continue in Hudson County? That's the question on a lot of people's minds. Hi, I'm Geraldine Ciaccia. I'm a New Jersey real estate agent based in Hoboken, New Jersey. And today I'm going to go over what's happening in the Hudson County real estate market. If during this presentation you decide you want to set up a one-on-one consultation with me, if you look below in the description, there are some means for you to connect with me. Now let's dive right in. First up is the Hoboken condominium market. And as you can see, we are still in very low inventory. The months of inventory right now is 1.36. So what that means is that if all the homes that are currently on the market were to sell and no new homes were added, it would take a little over 1 month for all those homes to sell out. And this is really apparent when you look at the days on the market, 10 days. And what that means that properties are going on the market and the median days for them to get offers is 10 days. So again, market is moving really fast. Lastly, the list versus sold price. And you can see that's 99.3%. Basically, what's happening is homes are selling pretty much at asking price. And then lastly, which I've said before, I do not use, is the median sold price. That is at $837,000. If you looked at the 10-year span, then you would really get perspective on that number. But for a month-over-month perspective, we don't know what property sold last month and versus what sold the previous month. So that's why you can't really use it. Let's move on to the single family market in Hoboken. You can see same concept, 1.5 months of inventory. So what that means again is that if all the properties were to sell, they would sell out in 1.5 months. I'm going to focus on what these metrics mean in Hoboken. When we move over to the next cities, I'm not going to explain as much detail. But again, remember, 1.5 months means that if all the inventory that is currently on the market, all the homes that are currently listed, if they were all to sell in Hoboken and no new homes were added, they would all sell out in 1.5 months. And then the days on the market, 7 days. That means after 7 days, homeowners are getting offers that they're accepting on their homes. So that's really fast. And then also you could see by the list versus sold price, it's 103%. So that means that homes are selling 3% over asking price. Again, really indicative of a seller's market. And then if you're not sure whether or not we're in a seller's market, you can always look at this chart that I'm displaying and it tells you the market type. It's very clear. You see it's a seller's market. Next up is downtown Jersey City. If we look at the numbers for condominiums in downtown Jersey City, you can see that the months of inventory is 3. The issue with this number though is there is data that's being misrepresented. So it's actually a very quick moving market. And the reason why you can tell that these numbers don't exactly line up is because there's 3 months of inventory, yet the median days on the market is 15. So this market, although the chart is showing that it is moving to a balanced market, the market in downtown Jersey City is still in fact a seller's market. And the reason why we're getting the numbers are being skewed is there are some properties at the Oakman that are just sitting on the market that are not available for show. That is causing the market to be skewed. But I can promise you right now, based if we look at the median days on the market plus the list versus sold price, you can clearly see that downtown Jersey City is a strong seller's market. Next up is Jersey City Heights. And right now we're focusing on the condominium market. The inventory level is 3.1, and that actually is correct. There is a lot, even though we're still very much in a seller's market, inventory in downtown Jersey City is starting to build up, and that's because there's a lot of new construction. I always say to new home buyers, if you're open to moving over to the Heights, I would highly recommend it because you can get a lot of value for your money. The prices are definitely going up in the Heights. That's why you can see the median sold price is $652,000. The big thing is that properties are very affordable in Jersey City Heights as compared to other areas of Jersey City, Hoboken, etc. So right now we're starting to get more inventory, but it is still a seller's market, and that's because the median days on the market is 17, and then your list versus sold price is 99.5%. But again, great value in the Heights if that was something you were open to. Next up is the multifamily market in Jersey City Heights. And that is bananas. Again, very much a seller's market, as you can see from the chart. The months of inventory, 1.48. And even though it's saying it's up 30%, I mean, it's 30% of nothing. It's not really up. 1.48 is a very quick moving market. And the days on the market, 19, really fast. And then lastly, your list versus sold price. Properties are selling a little bit over list price. Again, very indicative of a seller's market. And I personally know firsthand, without even looking at this data, I know what's going on in the market. But, this data just reiterates what, in fact, is happening in the Heights with the multifamily market. Next up is Bayonne. We're going to focus first on the single family market. And you can see, there has been a slight increase month over month, but we are still in a seller's market. There is only a little over 2 months worth of inventory. But here's something to notice in the single family market. The median days on the market has gone up significantly. So all the properties that closed last month, they were on the market for 49 days. So, if these numbers do continue to go up, we will see a switch to a more balanced market. But this is just something to keep an eye on. It's still very much a seller's market, but the opportunity does exist for it to move into a more balanced market. The other thing to look at is the list versus sold price. Properties are selling pretty much at list price when you look at the single family market in Bayonne. Next up is the multifamily market in Bayonne, and that is a red hot seller's market. Again, the chart, look at where it is. It's all the way over to the left. The months of inventory, it went up 2%. Nothing of nothing, and 2% is nothing. Currently, we have less than a month's worth of inventory. The list versus sold price, 104.5%. So properties are selling 4.5% over list price. You know that some properties are selling well over the list price. And at 4.5% as the median, that's really high. So some properties are going 10 and 20% over list price. And the median days on the market, 17. So multifamilies in Bayonne, really hot market. And it's interesting enough because a couple of years ago, I was working with a buyer in Bayonne for a multifamily, and they were sitting on the market forever. Now, there's not a lot of multifamilies, but the few that were out there, forever. So it's interesting to see the big change in the market in Bayonne. So let's move over to Greenville, another section in Jersey City. I'm in the single family market right now, and you can see the months of inventory is 2. Again, still very much a seller's market, but that number is continuing to go up. The other number that's going up is your median days on the market. Right now we're at 33. If these two numbers continue to go up, we are going to move into a more balanced market. And another indication that we're moving into a balanced market is the list versus sold price. And it's right now at 97.8%. So properties are selling a little more than 2% under list price. We'll see how this goes. This is definitely something to watch. Like I said, we are in a seller's market, but the indication is that we may move into a balanced market. Moving on to the multifamilies in the Greenville section of Jersey City, you can see that the months of inventory is 3.33. So, we are definitely heading into that balanced market territory, but the median days on the market is still 17. So if inventory continues to climb and then the days on the market climbs, because it did go up 20%, even though it really was 20% of nothing. If it continues to go up, we will move into a balanced market. It's definitely something to pay attention to see where we're going. Next up is Journal Square, and I'm focusing in Journal Square on the single family market. And right now we are still in a seller's market. You can see by this chart, the months of inventory did go up 67%, but again, it was 67% of nothing because we're still at 1.67 worth of inventory on the market. The list versus sold price, though, that is a little bit on the low side. It's 95.6%. So that means homes are selling over 4% under list price. And lastly, the median days on the market. The only thing that's really keeping this market in a seller's market is the months of inventory. But when you look at these two indicators, these are very indicative a more balanced market. So we'll see how this pans out in the next month or so. Lastly, in the Journal Square area of Jersey City, we're looking at the condominiums. The months of inventory continues to go up very little. It's at 2.32, so very much still a seller's market. The sold price is a little bit under list price, and the median days on the market is still very fast at 23 days. That's less than a month. So we are still very much in a seller's market for condominiums. Next up is North Bergen, and we are looking at the single family market right now. Pretty fiery market. I was actually going to work with a seller to sell their home and they decided not to. But the reality is if you're thinking about selling in North Bergen, right now is an amazing time. The months of inventory, 1.6, so very limited inventory out there. The days on the market though is at 61. So, that's where you start getting worried. If homes start sitting on the market, then what's going to happen is the number of homes listed is going to go up. That in turn will cause the months of inventory to go up. So we'll see how this pans out. But right now in North Bergen, you are very much in a seller's market if you're looking to sell a single family home. Taking a look at the multifamily market in North Bergen, again, a seller's market, you can see by the chart, but also the months of inventory, 1.78, and the list versus sold price, properties are selling a little bit over list price. And then lastly, the median days on the market, it did go up 200%. So we'll see what the next month holds, but you are still at 24 days on the market. So that means that homes are selling very quickly. Taking a look now at the single family market in Secaucus. This market has been on fire. It's really quite amazing because I will say this is one of the areas that took a little longer to rebound after the housing crisis of 2008, 2009. Now what we're seeing is 1.6 months of inventory. So there's very limited inventory. It does look like it's going up a little bit, but 1.91%, that's nothing. But the days on the market has gone up dramatically. We're looking at a 500% increase month over month. So, if that again keeps continuing, it will go into a balanced market. But right now we are very much in a seller's market. The last market I'm going to look at today is the Weehawken market, and I'm looking at condominiums specifically. We currently have inventory levels at 3.96%. We are definitely shifting over to a balanced market. The days on the market is 27. We're going to have to see how this all pans out, but right now it's a good market, but it's not as hot as it was with the 4 months of inventory. The only good thing out there is that your list versus sold price is at 100.3%. So pretty much properties are selling for their list price. And I also know that firsthand because I just closed on a property for a client in Weehawken and we sold at list price. So that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My name is Geraldine Ciaccia and I look forward to connecting with you.